when you're ready.
Okay, so we have trouble during the first part of the recording. My recorder just broke. The video is corrupted. So we're going to make a resume of the first part of the conversation. Dakota, you were talking to me about your errands.
So,
That
okay,
you
so I'll
used
talk about that again. That's right.
you used to do all the errands with your brothers when you were young.
Okay, so yeah, when I was little, I have lots of siblings, lots of older brothers, and so naturally my parents took advantage of that, and we would go outside. Most of my errands were outside, so we would go outside, and my mom or dad would cut the grass. We have 5 acres, so it's about the size of a soccer field, so it's a lot of grass that they cut, and they would cut the grass. And all the grass would be on the ground. So me and my brothers would go out and we would rake up all the grass and into piles, put the piles of grass into the wheelbarrow, and then take the wheelbarrow into the woods and dump the grass into the woods. And we would do that for about 3 hours. And during the fall, so that's over the summer. In the fall, when the leaves fall, my parents would go out, or sometimes we would just go out and rake up all the leaves and get them in a big pile and do the exact same thing. We get a wheelbarrow, put the leaves in the wheelbarrow, take the wheelbarrow and go to the woods, dump the leaves in the woods and repeat. But apart from outside, I really didn't have any errands inside the house. I feel like there's kind of this conception that all of the kids do the errands inside of the house. But for me, I really didn't have any. The most I ever did inside the house was wash the dishes, but everybody did that. So, that's about it for when I was a kid.
And now as an adult, living in an apartment with your friends?
So as an adult, I'm doing all of the errands that my mom used to do. My dad would be at work. My mom would go out and do errands. That was kind of her job. So some of the typical errands that I do around the house is, I clean. I'll do the dishes. I'll do my roommate's dishes if I'm just tired of it. I'll vacuum. I vacuum a lot because I hate dirty floors. We have a dog in our house and there's hair everywhere. And so it gets to be a lot, so I have to clean that. I don't do my laundry. It's the one errand I don't do. I have a mountain of clothes beside the washer and dryer. I literally, after we're done talking, I'm gonna go home and do my laundry because it's that bad. But yeah, so there's that. Outside of the house, mostly my errands are kind of like you. About once or maybe twice a month, I'll go to the grocery store and stock up on food. So I'll go to the grocery store. I go to the pasta aisle first and get all the pasta and rice. I'll get some tuna. Sometimes I'll get lunch meat. I'll get bread and make sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is my favorite. What else?
About you talk about your laundry, about your groceries. What kind of groceries you don't like to buy, or what kind of things you don't like to eat, as an example?
So, for an example, a couple months ago, I stopped eating meat. I think I watched this documentary for an hour and kind of scared me from eating meat. So I tried that for about a month and that didn't end up working. Typically, okay, so it's not really inside the grocery store that I avoid. I try to avoid fast food because, like I said before, it can be really expensive. So, for example, I go to McDonald's and I spend $8 on a meal. I could spend $8 in the grocery store and have cook my meal and then have lunch for the rest of the week. So I try to stay away from fast food, but the offset of that is that here, being a student and pretty much being busy 24/7, it's just much more convenient to get your food at like the Chick-fil-A that's on campus instead of going home and cooking it and then cleaning up, and it's just much more of a process. And
Okay, what you didn't like to buy? You were talking you kind of stopped eating meat, but there was one thing you are still eating.
oh, the tuna, yeah.
The tuna.
Yeah, so for a while, it's called pescatarian. So you have it's vegetarian, which is you only eat vegetables. Vegan is like you like only eat like you don't eat eggs. You don't eat, you don't wear leather because nothing from it, no animal products. And then pescatarian is the only meat you eat is fish.
It's like
So
veggies and fish.
yeah, vegetables, fruits, and fish, and pastas. So while I wasn't eating meat, technically I still was because I ate tuna. So I would consider myself, or I was considering myself, a pescatarian. Um, what else? Food I don't like. Go ahead.
About shopping online.
Yeah, so a lot of my roommates, or not a lot, one of my roommates shops online profusely, which means a lot.
Amazon, Amazon, right?
Amazon, yeah, Amazon.
Blah, blah, blah. What's wrong with my English today? Blah, blah, blah.
So mi español también está bien. Yeah, Amazon. So for example, my roommate Chase, he ordered his costume online.
Nice.
So like literally 2 days ago, so one day before Halloween, his package came in like right on time. It was like 3 different packages, and it's just like every hour and a half we'd hear a knock on the door, or we hear somebody. Usually they don't knock on the door; they just come up to our porch and put the package down in front of the door. And so we hear somebody walk up to the house and then walk away, and we'd be like, "Oh, it's a package for Chase." 90% of the packages we receive are for Chase. But so what you had talked about earlier is how when you shop online, it takes about a month or 2 to come in.
To come in, yeah.
Yeah, it takes a long while. So Chase has it's called Amazon Prime. So it's like an upgraded, it's like an upgraded membership to Amazon. And so what he can do is he can go online shopping and he can say, "Oh, I like these shoes. They look cool. I'm gonna press this button, and in 2 days, I'm gonna have these shoes." So I think, kind of going off topic, but that actually says a lot about kind of our generation's culture, but also American culture is very instant gratification. Oh, I need to talk to Marcelo. I'm gonna go send him a message on Facebook, and then 5 seconds later we're talking. Or in this example, oh, I really like these shoes. Well, I'm gonna press this button, and then 2 days later I'm gonna have these shoes. So I think it's very convenient, but it's also kind of like
like an addiction.
Kind of, but the word I was looking for is kind of like a double. It's kind of a colloquial term. It's like a double-edged sword.
Oh, okay, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, so it's good and bad. For me, I don't online shop because 1, it's so easy. 2, I'm just not used to it. I've never gotten into that habit. I don't have an Amazon account, so I don't really. I don't know. There's actually a thing. So there's Amazon and there's eBay, and then there's, I know you haven't heard of this, but it's called. Hold on. Hey, what's up? Reservation of. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting my stuff together. Do you guys need to keep?
We will go ahead and bring it down.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks, man.
Okay. Don't worry.
Okay, Marcelo, my reservation is up. Do you need any more time to record?
Well, that's pretty much it. Hope uh, means you can understand that we don't have much more time to finish recording again this first part, but Dagoda, you can tell her we already uh, get through this. We already talk about these questions and discuss this. And
I can talk quietly now because the door's open. No, you're good. No, not you. I have headphones on.
Okay.
But I can show my professor. It shows our call logs, and we've logged like 2 extra hours of like.
Okay.
So it's not like we're not doing it. But I'll show her that, and then she can get in contact with your professor and kind of back you up. You know.
Mm-hmm. I'm still recording, by the way. I'm going to stop the record now.